Welcome to today's video, low profile versus high profile tires, which is best for your SUV. If you're in the market for new tires or just curious about the differences between low profile and high profile options, you come to the right place. In this video, we'll be busting some common myths and breaking down what each type of tire really brings to the table. First, we'll dive into the myths of low-profile tires, then we'll tackle the myths around high-profile tires, so stick around. Whether you're looking for performance on smooth roads or durability for off-roading, we've got all the details you need to make the best choice for your SUV. Alright, let's start with a pretty common myth about low-profile tires. A lot of people assume that because these tires look sporty and aggressive, they must be perfect for off-roading. But that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, low-profile tires are not actually the best choice when it comes to off-road performance. Here's why. It all comes down to the sidewall. Low-profile tires have shorter sidewalls, which means there's significantly less cushioning between the tire and whatever terrain you're driving on, be it rocks, potholes, or rough dirt paths. When you're off-roading, those impacts can get pretty intense. And because the shorter sidewall doesn't have much flexibility, it can't absorb those shocks effectively. This leads to an increased risk of rim damage, blowouts, and other types of tire damage. Now, let's think about off-road tires for a second. Off-road tires are specifically designed with taller sidewalls to give you more flexibility and protection on tough terrains. The extra height helps these tires flex and absorb impacts, something low-profile tires just can't do. That's why when you're tackling rugged terrain, those tall sidewalls help the tire conform better to the ground, giving you better traction and a smoother ride. On the other hand, low-profile tires lack the ability to bend and flex, which means they're not equipped to handle the kind of flexibility needed for off-roading. So whilst low-profile tires might look awesome on your SUV as you cruise down smooth paved roads, they're not made for the rough stuff. If you want your vehicle to handle the unpredictable challenges of off-roading, you're going to need tires with more sidewall height. That's the key to durability, impact resistance, and ultimately a safer ride over uneven ground. Let's dive into another common myth. Low-profile tires are often thought to drastically enhance handling, and it's easy to see why. These tires have reduced sidewall height, which means less sidewall flex during cornering. The result? More responsive steering and potentially better cornering performance. Sounds like a dream for those who love to feel the road, right? But here's the catch. This performance boost doesn't come without some trade-offs. First off, let's talk about ride quality. With shorter sidewalls, low-profile tires provide less cushioning between your vehicle and the road. And while that might sound great for handling, it means you'll feel more of those bumps and imperfections in the road. Potholes, rough surfaces, and even smaller imperfections become a lot more noticeable. This results in a firmer ride, which can make your driving experience a bit less comfortable, especially if you're cruising on uneven roads. But wait, there's more. Have you ever noticed how some cars with low-profile tires seem to have more road noise? Well, that's because these tires tend to amplify road noise. Their stiffer sidewalls and larger contact patches contribute to this issue. While they may give you that responsive, sporty feel, they can also leave you listening to the sounds of the road a bit more than you'd like. If you're someone who values a quiet cabin for a more relaxed ride, this could be a deal breaker. So while low-profile tires can definitely enhance handling and give you that sharp connected feel on the road, you've got to balance that with the trade-offs. A rougher ride and more road noise might be the price you pay for performance benefits. If you love the thrill of precise cornering and don't mind a firmer ride, these might be perfect for you. But if comfort and a quiet drive are more important, you might want to rethink those low-profile tires. Now, busting another myth, all SUVs are supposed to benefit from low-profile tires. While low-profile tires can certainly improve handling and give your SUV a sportier appearance, truth is, they're not always the best fit for every type of SUV. You might think they're perfect for any vehicle, but the design of your SUV and the kind of driving you do play a huge role in what tire profile is actually ideal for you. Take vehicles like the Subaru Outback or the Toyota Land Cruiser, for example. These SUVs are built to handle rough terrain, uneven surfaces, and the challenges of off-road driving. Now, imagine putting low-profile tires on one of these. What happens? Well, the result isn't pretty. Low-profile tires don't offer enough cushioning or durability for off-road adventures, and you're likely to compromise both ride quality and off-road capabilities. That's because low-profile tires are designed for performance on smooth roads, not rocky trails or muddy paths. Now, on the flip side, you've got performance-oriented SUVs like the BMW X5M or the Porsche Cayenne. These vehicles are designed with paved roads in mind and are built to offer sharp handling and a more responsive driving experience. Low-profile tires work wonders on these kinds of SUVs, enhancing steering precision and cornering ability. Exactly what you want when you're pushing your vehicle on smooth, fast roads. So what does this all mean for you? When choosing tires for your SUV, it's crucial to consider both the design of your vehicle and your driving needs. Off-roading? Go for tires with higher profiles that offer better cushioning and durability. If you're focused on performance on pavement, then low-profile tires might be just what you need. But don't guess, consulting a tire specialist can help you select the right tires for your specific ride and needs. Surprised by these tire myths? We're just scratching the surface. If you're finding this info helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tire tips, SUV upgrades, and expert advice. And hey, let me know in the comments, what's the most important feature you look for in tires for your SUV? Time to tackle another myth. Low-profile tires are often thought of as durable. It's easy to see why people might think that. After all, they look tough and sporty, right? But here's the truth. Low-profile tires are actually more susceptible to damage than many people realize. Those sleek, short sidewalls might make your SUV look like it's ready to take on anything, but they come with a few downsides when it comes to durability. Let's talk about the sidewall, the part of the tire that plays a huge role in protecting your rims and absorbing impacts. Low-profile tires have shorter sidewalls, which means there's less cushioning between the wheel and the road. While this can make your vehicle feel more responsive on smooth pavement, it also means you're much more likely to feel the effects of things like potholes, curbs, and road debris. And when you're driving over rough terrain or hitting obstacles, that lack of sidewall protection increases the chances of rim damage or tire blowouts. So while low-profile tires look great and perform well on smooth roads, they're actually vulnerable when the road gets rough. But what about off-roading? Well, off-road tires are specifically designed with taller sidewalls to absorb impacts and provide better traction on uneven surfaces. This extra height gives the tire more flexibility, allowing it to better conform to the terrain and keep better contact with the ground. Low-profile tires don't have that flexibility. They're too stiff to handle the shocks and bumps that come with off-roading, which makes them a poor choice for anything other than well-paved streets. So while low-profile tires are great for enhancing on-road handling and giving your SUV a sporty look, they aren't the most durable option, especially if you plan to tackle rough or off-road terrain. If durability and performance on uneven ground are your priorities, you'll want to consider tires with higher sidewalls. They're built to handle those impacts without leaving you with costly repairs. Let's talk about another myth that often gets tossed around. Low-profile tires are economical. Sounds great, right? Who doesn't want a tire that looks good and saves money? But here's the thing. Low-profile tires often come with a higher initial cost than their high-profile counterparts. So while they might give your vehicle that sleek, sporty look, they also tend to carry a heftier price tag right from the get-go. This price difference comes down to the specialized manufacturing and materials required to achieve their unique performance characteristics. So don't be surprised if you're paying a little more upfront for those low-profile tires. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. While low-profile tires might look good and perform well, they're also more prone to wear and tear. Because they have stiffer sidewalls and larger contact patches, they can wear out faster, especially if you're driving on rough or uneven surfaces. This means you could be looking at more frequent tire replacements, which increases your overall maintenance costs. That's not something you want to overlook if you're trying to keep things budget-friendly in the long run. So when you're making the decision between low-profile and high-profile tires, it's important to consider both the performance benefits and the cost. Are you after the enhanced handling and sporty appearance, or do you want a tire that's a little more budget-friendly and requires less maintenance? If you're primarily driving on smooth, well-maintained roads and you're willing to spend a little more on the front end, low-profile tires could be the right choice. But if you want a cost-effective option that'll give you more bang for your buck over time, high-profile tires might be the better choice for you. It's a common belief that low-profile tires automatically lead to better fuel economy, but here's the reality. While low-profile tires can reduce rolling resistance, the impact on fuel efficiency is often less significant than you might think. So what's the rolling resistance? Well, it's the energy that's lost when the tire deforms while rolling on the road. Low-profile tires are designed with shorter sidewalls and simpler tread patterns, which can indeed reduce rolling resistance. This means that the engine doesn't have to work as hard to keep the car moving, potentially improving fuel efficiency. But here's the kicker. The real-world impact on fuel economy tends to be pretty minimal. You might see a slight improvement, but it's not the game changer some people think. Now, here's where things get a little tricky. To accommodate low-profile tires, vehicles often need larger wheels. And guess what? Those larger wheels are usually heavier. The added weight means the engine needs to work harder to rotate the wheels, which can actually negatively impact fuel efficiency. Plus, larger wheels can mess with your vehicle's aerodynamics and handling, further affecting overall efficiency. So, the supposed benefits of low-profile tires might get offset by the extra weight from those bigger wheels. And just to give you a real-world example, some people have seen significant improvements in fuel economy with switching from low-profile to standard tires. So while low-profile tires might reduce rolling resistance, it's important to remember that the bigger picture, like wheel size and vehicle dynamics, matters a lot when it comes to fuel economy. Let's talk about another myth. High-profile tires somehow reduce handling. Now you might hear that low-profile tires give you a sharper, more responsive feel when cornering, and that's true to some extent. But here's the thing. High-profile tires actually bring their own advantages, especially when it comes to stability and traction. If you've ever driven with low-profile tires, you'll know that they offer a firmer ride and more immediate steering response. That makes them perfect for high-speed cornering on smooth paved roads. But there's a catch. This design can lead to a harsher ride, and the tires are more prone to damage from road imperfections like potholes or curbs. Not to mention, they don't handle rough or uneven surfaces as well. Now let's flip the script. High-profile tires with their taller sidewalls are much more flexible. This added flexibility allows them to conform better to uneven terrain, which gives you better traction on things like gravel, mud, or snow. And when it comes to off-road driving, that flexibility is a game changer. The added sidewall height gives the tire more ability to absorb bumps and adapt to the road or trail. So you get better stability and a smoother ride over rough surfaces. To sum it up, while low-profile tires might offer sharper handling on smooth, paved roads, high-profile tires bring superior stability and traction on uneven or off-road terrains. It all comes down to what kind of driving you do most. If you're mainly driving on highways and love the sporty, precise feel, low-profile tires might be your go-to. But if you're tackling rough trails or want a more comfortable ride, high-profile tires are the way to go. Here's a myth that's often thrown around. High-profile tires are less efficient. You might think that because they have taller sidewalls, that they're not as fuel efficient or durable as low-profile tires, but that's actually not the case. In reality, high-profile tires can have some surprising advantages when it comes to fuel efficiency and tire longevity. Let's start with rolling resistance. That's energy lost when a tire deforms as it rolls along the road. The less deformation, the less energy it takes to keep the tire moving, which means better fuel efficiency. And guess what? High-profile tires actually have lower rolling resistance than low-profile tires. The taller sidewalls of the high-profile tires allow them to roll with less friction, which helps your vehicle consume less fuel, especially when you're cruising on highways or long stretches of road. So if you're looking to get more miles per gallon, high-profile tires can be a better option for you. Now, let's talk about tire wear. High-profile tires are designed to absorb road imperfections more efficiently than their low-profile counterparts, which means they provide a smoother ride. This can lead to less wear and tear on the tires themselves, extending their lifespan and saving you money on replacements. Plus, they're generally more durable, so you might spend less on maintenance in the long run. To wrap it up, high-profile tires can actually improve fuel efficiency and tire longevity because of their lower rolling resistance and ability to absorb bumps and imperfections. While they might not offer the same sharp handling on smooth roads as low-profile tires, they're a great choice for everyday driving, especially if you're looking for a more fuel economy and longer-lasting durability. Now, let's take a look at the idea that high-profile tires don't look as good as their low-profile counterparts. A lot of people believe low-profile tires are the only way to go if you want your vehicle to look sleek and sporty. But here's the thing, aesthetics are totally subjective. What one person finds attractive in a tire might not another. For some, the rugged, robust look of a high-profile tire is exactly what they're after. If you're into off-roading or need a tire that can handle some heavy-duty use, high-profile tires can actually enhance your vehicle's overall appearance. They're often associated with strength and durability, making them a perfect fit for vehicles that need to look as tough as they perform. When you think about vehicles like the Jeep Gladiator or the GMC Sierra 1500 ATX4, you'll notice they're fitted with high-profile tires. These tires not only help the vehicle perform better on rough terrains, but they also contribute to its aggressive, commanding presence. The taller sidewalls and more pronounced tread patterns give the vehicle a bold look, which many enthusiasts love. It's a visual representation of the vehicle's capability and purpose, strength, durability, and readiness for any challenge. So while low-profile tires may offer a sleek, sporty edge, high-profile tires have their own unique appeal. If you're someone who values a rugged off-road ready appearance, then high-profile tires are not only practical, but visually striking. It all comes down to what fits your style and the kind of driving you do. Alright, here's one that might surprise you. High-profile tires limit brake performance. This is actually a pretty common misconception, so let's break it down. While it's true that larger wheels can fit bigger brakes, it's not the tire profile that determines the size of your brake system. The real factor is the wheel diameter. Bigger wheels provide more space, which allows for larger brake components. These larger brakes help with heat dissipation, especially in high-performance vehicles that need to handle rapid deceleration. Now, when it comes to high-profile tires, the sidewall height doesn't directly affect the brake system. What actually happens is that if you go for a larger wheel diameter to fit those bigger brakes, you might feel the effects elsewhere. Larger wheels and tires can actually increase the overall weight of your vehicle, which could slightly impact things like acceleration and fuel efficiency. If you're swapping out for larger wheels with low-profile tires, you might notice a firmer ride. So while performance might get a boost, the ride quality could be less comfortable. To sum it up, high-profile tires don't limit your brake performance. The key factor here is the wheel diameter and the design choices made by the manufacturer. If you're thinking about modifying your wheels or brakes, just make sure to balance all the aspects of your vehicle, like performance, comfort, and efficiency, to ensure everything works in harmony. You probably heard it before, high-profile tires are old technology that don't have a place in modern vehicles. But here's the reality. High-profile tires are still an incredibly valuable choice for many types of driving. In fact, they're perfectly suited for situations where road quality can vary and when you need off-road capabilities. Let's start with road adaptability. High-profile tires with their taller sidewalls are built to be much more flexible than their low-profile counterparts. This flexibility allows them to better conform to uneven surfaces, which is a game changer when you're driving on things like gravel, mud, or snow. Need to tackle some off-road terrain? High-profile tires are your best bet. The extra height helps them absorb shocks and maintain better traction on rougher surfaces, keeping you in control no matter where the road takes you. But it's not just about performance, it's also about comfort and durability. The construction of high-profile tires means they're better at absorbing road imperfections, which leads to a smoother ride overall. Plus, this added durability can result in longer-lasting tires and reduced maintenance costs over time. So if you're after something that can handle a variety of conditions without compromising comfort or performance, high-profile tires are a solid choice. In summary, high-profile tires are not some relic of the past. They're a modern solution for those who value flexibility, comfort, and off-road readiness, all while offering durability that can save you money in the long run. There's a common belief that high-profile tires aren't great for highway driving, but that's actually a myth. In reality, high-profile tires can perform really well on highways as long as they're properly inflated. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about comfort. High-profile tires with their taller sidewalls are more flexible, which means they can absorb road imperfections much better. This is especially beneficial on highways, where the road surface can vary from smooth stretches to rough patches. The added flexibility helps maintain better contact with the road, offering a smoother and more comfortable ride overall. So, if you're looking for a tire that makes long highway drives more enjoyable, high-profile tires definitely have that edge. However, there is a small trade-off. While high-profile tires shine in comfort, they might not handle as sharply as low-profile tires on smooth paved roads. The extra sidewall height can lead to more sidewall flex, which may reduce the responsiveness you feel during high-speed cornering. Plus, with that extra flex, you might notice a bit more road noise, which could affect the quiet comfort of your cabin. So which tire profile is best for your SUV? Well, it all depends on your driving needs and the conditions you tackle most often. Whether you're after sharp handling, off-road capability, or comfort, there is a tire that fits your style. Remember to balance the performance, comfort, and durability you need when making your decision. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more helpful car tips and tricks.